great example of, he was a quiet leader. Um, he would go about his daily business, didn't need to say much, but he was a his example, for me, it's example. Um, your words better fit your music. Walk the walk. I mean, that's, to me, is everything. I was never a big rah-rah guy. Once in a while I would say things, but the guy who I was very fortunate to play with, along with a lot of great players. I was lucky. Early in my career, I played with some great championship guys, caliber guys. But the one guy who kind of took me under his wing was Brian Trottier. And Trotz was probably the epitome of what a great example of a quiet leader, off the ice and on the ice. Off the ice, he grabbed me. We were doing workouts 3-4 days a week. He knew that I needed to get stronger. He just led by example. To this day, I still look back, and I was so lucky to have a guy like Brian Trottier be somebody to look up to, and not only look up to, but take me under his wing and help me during my younger years of my career. I credit him a lot as far as early on in my career to help me know what it takes on and off the ice. And he was just a great example, great leader, a champion on and off the ice, a friend. I would have to put him up there with the great leaders of the game, especially during his career. Everyone talks about Mark Messier, and everyone talks about, a lot of great leaders. Denny Potvin at the time was the captain, and he was a great captain. For me, it was Brian Trottier, because I think in order to be a great leader, not only do you have to have the example of day-to-day, on and off ice commitment and discipline, but also you have to be willing to kind of look around you and make everybody feel a part of it, and then also encourage guys where they need encouragement. And Brian had that keen sense of knowing what other players needed to make them better. And to me, a great leader is when somebody makes people around them better on and off the ice. And he was a great example. So I was lucky to have that. And I've tried to, along with my dad's influence and values and traits, to try to take the combination of them and other players who I looked up to. My idols were Guy Lafleur and Gilbert Perreault. So I think you always want to keep an open mind to learn from people around you. Bobby Nystrom was a great example. He didn't wear the A or the C, but his work ethic and his commitment, and the Clark Gillies of the world, those guys, showed up every day and worked hard. I was lucky because, Kenny Morrow, quiet leader. I was lucky because the team that I played on, not all of them wore C's or A's, but they all had leadership capabilities and were great examples for young players.